So let's start lying down. If you are in a little bit of a slope, maybe have your head on the higher end for now. We may flip that around for Shavasana. But yeah, get comfortable, any kind of lying down position. So if you want to have your knees bent up or out, or legs out long, of course, is fine. And then just take a moment to let your body soften, right? Let yourself kind of sink into the grass or into your mat, right? Just, all right. And let's take a few deep breaths together. Take an inhale through your nose. And just let the chest fill the belly. Open your mouth and sigh it out. And just let the breath pour out. And then do that again. Inhale through your nose, filling all the way up. Hold your breath for a moment, and then sigh it out, exhale. And just let it all go. And do that one more time. Let's do it again. Fill up, fill the belly, fill the ribs. Breathe right up under the collarbones. Get right to the top and pause and hold the breath at the base of the throat. See if you can soften. Still holding, can you sip in a little bit more breath and hold on to that? And then release it, exhale, all the breath out. All right, start to breathe your Ujjayi breath. Steadying the breath in and out through your nose. And so this will be our kind of coming to home, right? Coming back into the breath as we move through our practice. Right, so right now, hopefully, you can kind of fall into a nice steady rhythm without too much trouble. Right, steady inhale, steady exhale. Right, and just whatever sounds or sensations are happening, it's all just part of it. Just let it all wash over you. Grateful that we're here, grateful for this miracle of just being alive, right? So reassure yourself that you're doing it, right? We're alive, we're here, we're living. That's the miracle, right? So there's nowhere to go, there's nowhere to get, right? You're doing it. But it's so liberating. So you can enjoy your practice, move and breathe, and there's no pressure to be or do anything other than who and what you are in this moment exactly right now. All right, so we'll try and keep with this nice steady breath, steady Ujjayi breath, and just gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Yeah, and circle your wrists and your ankles. And take a stretch, reach the arms overhead. Oh, stretch your legs out nice and long. Oh, maybe lean a little bit side to side. Oh, stretch some more. Yeah, that'll be useful later too. All right, circle the arms, hug your knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze or a big squeeze. I'll leave that to you. You can rock a little bit side to side if you like. Yeah, and then take a twist. Drop your knees over to the left and reach your right arm out to the right. Maybe turn your head. Your head would go to the right, but any amount, right? Any amount. Good. And then coming up through center, inhaling to the middle. Exhale the knees over to the other side. So just notice how all this feels. We're going to do some twisting today. Right, not everything twisting, of course, but we're kind of building to a big twist. So just check in right now. And if you need to do less or back off, it's always fine, right? It's always fine. There's no need to get into that big pose. You know, it'll go however it goes. No pressure. All right, back to center, knees to the middle. Yeah. So let's have the head on the floor. Bring your knees so they're over your hips and your shins parallel to the floor or the ground, parallel to the ground. And then your arms out wide like a T, unless you feel like the grass is going to bother you, in which case you can have your hands down by your hips. But if you can, let's go arms out wide. All right, now keeping the legs nice and close together, take your knees halfway over to the left. So you roll onto the outer left hip, right? And you just hover the legs. Keep your feet lifted, right? Because sometimes they get a little sunk down into gravity. And lengthen the top hip so that the right hip, just lengthen it away from you a little bit. And see if you can get the right side of your waist to feel a little bit longer. Yeah, and you'll feel some work, hopefully. Breathe. All right, come back to center. Take a moment, just settle, and then go to the other side. So you're just gonna hover here, right? Hover, lengthen the top hip away. Keep the feet nice and lifted. And then mount the left shoulder to the mat, right? And see if as you press the left shoulder down, you can get the ribs to lift up a little bit more. Take one more breath here. Come back to center. Just take a moment. If you want to put your feet down, just drop your knees a little bit side to side. Take a breath. We're going to do that again. We're going to do it again. So come on back. Hover the shins. Hug the knees in. And then again, halfway over, maybe a little closer to the ground, to the floor, right? But don't touch, right? You're still going to maintain, hold the weight of your legs. Yeah, keep the feet lifted. Sink the right shoulder to the ground. Right, see if your knees will pull in a little closer to you. Oh. And then bring your knees up through center and over to the other side. Maybe your legs get a little closer to the floor without touching, of course. Right, keep the feet lifted. And maybe the knees can pull in a little closer to you, your abs, right? Take one more breath. Come back to center and take a quick break. Bring the feet down, maybe drop the knees side to side. You can do whatever, you're just resting. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do one more. So this time consider, it does make it a little more challenging, straightening your legs. So just reach the heels up, maybe just stretch them out for a second. You can grab onto the backs of your legs and just pull them in towards you and see how that feels. Okay. And then we'll try it possibly. You can always go back to bending your knees if this turns out to feel like too much. So heels to the sky, to the actual sky. And then we're gonna do that twist again. So dropping the legs over to the left, onto the outer left hip, hover straight legs. If it feels like too much, bend your knees, right? No worries. So see if you can start to pull your toes to hover over your fingertips. If it's possible to just barely tap your toes to your fingertips, you could try that. Woo! And then bring the legs back up. Oh, they're so heavy. And over to the other side. So start with just halfway, right? Halfway, press the left shoulder down. And then see if you can pull your toes in so they're over your right fingertips. And then maybe your toes get a little closer to your fingertips. But you're keeping your legs off the floor, off the ground. Take the legs back up to center. And take a break. Feet down. Drop the knees side to side. Okay. All right, let's come up to sit, rock and roll forward and back a couple of times, and come on up to seated. All right, sit however you feel comfortable. Yeah, relax your shoulders down your back. Let's take an inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, pressing the palms. Bring your hands to your heart. Pausing to drop the gaze. Maybe close your eyes. Set an intention for your practice. And so any intention, and maybe it's, why you decided to come onto your mat this morning, or anything that resonates with you. And remember, this is a gift for you, right? So try not to get too judgy or feel like you're supposed to be doing something or whatever. You're exactly where you're supposed to be today, right now, in this moment. Right? So just let the practice unfold. Let it be whatever it's going to be today. Right? No pressure. All right, take a big breath. Inhale. Sigh it out. Exhale. Releasing the hands. You can open your eyes or keep them closed, whatever you like. Inhale, reach out and up. And let's take a side stretch. Come over to the right. Oh, that should feel pretty good. Hopefully you feel like your obliques did a little bit of work in the twist. Oh, see if you can get the top shoulder to roll back a bit. And maybe you can look up at the sky and the trees, or your ceiling if you're inside. Come up through the middle, take an inhale, stretch up, and exhale over to the other side. We'll take a few breaths here. Any amount of stretch that feels good in your body. You don't have to put your elbow on the floor or anything like that. Oh, maybe the shoulder can roll back a bit and you can look up. See how that goes. Try lengthening through the back of your neck and see if that helps your neck feel a little more comfortable. Come back up to center. We'll reach both arms up. Inhale. And exhale. Release the hands down. Let's switch the cross of the legs. We'll put the other shin on top, the other foot. All right, and we'll reach up. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms inside out and just go straight up to the sky. Yeah. So nice. Go forward and round the upper back. Oh, pull the belly back. Let your shoulder blades get nice and wide. Yeah, just press straight ahead. Sit back up, press the palms up, inhale up, and exhale, release the hands to interlace behind. So put the other finger on top or the other thumb and reach the knuckles back and down. And just open the fronts of your shoulders, stretch your chest. Scoop your shoulder blades onto the upper back. Yeah. So you can lift your chin or you can bring your chin down. You can try both and see whichever you feel better doing right now. I generally like down, but you see what feels good in your body. All right. Gently release that. Give your shoulders a little shake. All right. Let's come onto hands and knees. We'll do some cat-cow. So into... Sorry, my butt's to you. I'll go this way. Maybe I should turn my mat for now. I feel weird having my butt facing in people's faces. Okay. So let's cat-cow. Inhale. Oh. Exhale. Inhale, heart goes forward, stretch the belly. Exhale and round. Couple more like that. Yeah. Pressing the floor away. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Coming back to tabletop, more centered, kind of neutral spine. Let's hug the belly in. Get the knees a little closer and reach your right leg straight back. Like find a comfortable spot for your knee. Yeah. So the ground, here at the park is not quite as level as it is in the studio. So we'll just enjoy the challenge that it gives our balancing. I feel like the ground is soft though, and it gives us a nice kind of rebound effect. So let's reach the left hand forward. Yeah, opposite. That's it. So keep the abs engaged. Take an inhale and squeeze into a little ball as you exhale. Pull it all in. Inhale, stretch it out. Now we're gonna add a little squeeze, bringing the elbow outside the knee. So pull your elbow across, the knee across, squeeze. Inhale, reach it out. Do that one more time. Pull it and squeeze, elbow outside the knee. Inhale, reach and stretch, and then come on down. Bring the hand down, bring the knee down. Whew, take a moment, sit back. All right, we're gonna do the other side, of course. Be weird if we didn't. So come on back up to tabletop. Keep your shoulders out of your ears, right? The neck nice and long. Knees can come close and bring your left leg back. So as you do, keep hugging the ribs in. See if you can drop the outer left hip down so that your legs are, your hips rather, are parallel to the floor. Now press into the ground, lift and reach the right hand forward. Yeah, and breathe, of course. Inhale. Exhale. All right, let's add the squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and round. Press the floor away. Inhale, get long. Add the elbow outside the knee. Come across and squeeze into a little ball. Inhale, reach, and do that one more time. Pull it in, squeeze. Inhale, stretch it out, and exhale. Bring the hand down, bring the knee down, and just a moment to sit back. Relax the upper back, soften the wrists, your shoulders. We're heading into downward facing dog, so take a moment, yeah. And then as you're ready, come up, find a reasonable spot for your hands, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Down dog. Pedal the heels, shake out your head. Like, what sort of wiggling around things do you want to do in your down dog? And go ahead and do those for a couple breaths. Yeah. All right, and then as you start to settle, just, you know, especially here at the park, appreciate the unevenness of the ground beneath you, and see if even with that you can still find a little bit of even pressing through the hands, right? So still pressing out through the fingertips, trying to press evenly the thumb side and the pinky side. Right, and do you get that nice rebound energy from the ground, pressing down? Let's come forward into plank pose. Inhale, forward. Exhale, go back into downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Yeah, do that 2 more times. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the plank pose. Exhale, down dog. This time back to plank and hold. Pause here, tailbone to the heels. Squeeze the arms to straight. Right, and check in with your breath. If you need to put your knees down, you'll put your knees down, right? No worries. Tailbone long, right? Keep that belly in. Take one more breath. Inhale. And let's come on down to the floor. Exhale, lower down onto the ground. All right, Shalabhasana. It's lumpy. I'm getting a little massage on my thighs. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs. Oh, good. Exhale, come on down. Let's do that again. Curl the tailbone under. Inhale, lift up. Good. Exhale, lower down. Let's interlace the fingers above the sacrum or the tailbone. Tailbone under, lift up. Lift the head, the chest. Lift the thighs. Reach back. Soft bend the elbows. Switch the interlace and reach again. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Come on down. Soften. Little waggle of the hips. Okay. Planting your palms by your ribs. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale. Exhale. Press to plank. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Hips up and back. You can sigh the breath out if you like. Shake your head out a little bit. And let's take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, walk forward, jump forward, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Pause here briefly, dropping the gaze. Close your eyes. Just take a moment, feel your breath, feel the body. Right, grounding down into the feet to lengthen up through the crown of the head. Right, rooting down to get taller. Release the hands down. Turn the palms out. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, up and over. Hinge and fold in half. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step the right foot back. Step your left foot back. Come into your plank pose. Take an inhale, tailbone to the heels. Exhale, bend your elbows. Come on down. Let's do Cobra Pose. Curl the tailbone under, lift the chest. Oh, stretch the front of the body. Exhale, lower down. Keep the elbows hugging in. Inhale, lift up. Good. Exhale, lower. Awesome. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, scoop the heart forward and up. Let's hold this one up. Hug your elbows in. And then press the index finger knuckle and the thumb back down into the floor. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Lowering back down. Soften for a moment. All right, we're going to press back up to plank and then to downward facing dog. So tuck your toes. Press into the floor. On your exhale, lift and downward facing dog. All right. So from your down dog, let's send the right leg up and back into the air. Turn the toes out, lift your hip, bend your knee. Yeah, enjoy the stretch. Try and sink the left heel down. And keep a little lift in the low belly. Hug the rib tips in. Good. Straighten the right leg. Square your hips off. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull your knee to your nose and round the spine. Shift forward. Good. Inhale, reach it up and back. Do that again, but add the twist. Bring your knee across. Touch your left arm. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Do that one more time. Pull the knee across, try and touch, and then straighten your right leg out to the left. Reach your left arm up into the air. Yes, fallen triangle. Inhale. Exhale, bring the top hand down. Pick that leg up, reach it all the way up and back. Then release your foot to the floor, downward facing dog. Feel free to come down and take a breath. Or if you're ready to do side two, you can send your left leg up into the air. Yeah. And as you're ready, if you're resting, come on in, left leg up, take the stretch. Right, bend the knee, sink the right heel. Touch your head. All right, straighten the leg, square the hips, reach back, inhale. Exhale your knee to your nose, shift forward to plank and touch your knee to your face. Inhale, reach the leg up and back. Come forward with the twist, touch your right arm with your knee, lean forward. Inhale, reach it up and back. Do that again, come forward, touch and hold, straighten the leg, right out to the right. Yes, pick your right hand up, fallen triangle, that's it you guys. Bring the top hand down, lift the leg all the way up and back, inhale. Exhale the foot to the floor, stretch back. Let's bring the feet to the hands, walk or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Whew, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart, and just take a breath. Inhale, and sigh it out. Release the hand, relax your shoulders. All right, good job, you guys. Let's do the A sun salute. Turn the palms out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha. Exhale, bend your knees, hands are down. Left foot steps back, right foot steps back. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, bend the elbows, maybe chaturanga this time. To upward facing dog. Lower to the floor if you need to. Yeah, back downward facing dog. Or lower to your mat, lower to the ground. All right, take 2 more breaths here. Smooth out the Ujjayi breath. Steady. Inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk forward, float forward. Bring your feet to your hands. Lift and lengthen halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise all the way up. Exhale. So let's do that one more time. Hands down, palms out. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down. This time, if you like, you can jump the feet back, both feet together, and lower chaturanga or the floor, the ground, your mat. Yeah. Downward facing dog. So know anytime you need to, you can modify the vinyasa. You can skip it. You can take child's pose, right? It's not mandatory. Compulsory, if you will. All right, smooth out the breath. Just do your downward facing dog. Do your down dog things. Press the whole hand into the floor. Stretch back, take an inhale. Exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk, float feet to hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Scoop up that energy. Exhale, hands to the heart. A breath. So nice out here. Okay, it's chair pose time. Hands down. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees. Reach for the floor and then lift the chest. Peel up. Melt the shoulder blades away from your ears. Give the glutes a squeeze and then lengthen up through the pinky edges of the hands. Yeah. Try and straighten your arms, like all the way straight. And look at them if you're not sure. Yes, hug the ribs in. Take one more breath, maybe gently look up towards your thumbs, towards the sky. And fold, belly to thighs, straighten the legs. Inhale, lift up halfway, zipper the belly. Exhale, bend the knees, hands down. So here you can take a vinyasa or go straight to down dog. Or if you need a second, come down and rest for a moment. So I'll let you decide. That's it. Good. All right. Reach your right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale. Pull your knee in towards your nose. Step your foot between your hands. That's it. Let's come up crescent pose. Soft bend the back knee and rise up. So, right, this unevenness is good for us. Right? It challenges the balance, makes us use our feet, our bodies, our muscles in different ways. So just grateful for the opportunity. A little scissoring of the feet towards each other to help fire up the inner thighs. Lift the heart up to the sky. Stay here, open the arms. Hug the rib tips in, add the twist. Rotate the chest, the shoulders. See if you can engage the left shoulder blade on the upper back, right? Push it onto the back ribs to try and turn a little more. Take one more breath. Look forward. Reach your left hand forward and left hand to the floor. If you happen to have a block, you can use a block. And just press the top arm straight up to the sky. Take a breath, turn the top hand to face forward and reach it overhead. Stretch the right side of the body. As you reach the hand forward, can you lengthen the hip back and press the right big toe, the right inner heel down? Awesome, you guys. Reach the top arm up, inhale, exhale, hand down. Whew. So here too, you can step back, rest, vinyasa, go straight to down dog. Good. Just how's your breath, right? How's the Ujjayi breath? Awesome. Okay. Let's send the left leg up into the air, straight back and up. Inhale. Exhale, round the spine, squeeze it in. Step your foot between your hands. Crescent pose. So we'll bend the back knee a little bit. Come up, try to be high on the ball of the back foot. Yeah. And you're balancing, right? So, Clarita, crescent pose. Left hip back. So as we pull the feet, as we pull the feet towards each other, it'll help to draw the left hip back and the right hip forward, which is what we want, square hips. Maybe bend a little deeper. Are you feeling stretch in the front of your right thigh? If not, you can try straightening the back leg a little bit, pulling up through the hip bones. Lift the heart. Right, breathe. Right, beautiful. Open the arms. Palms facing up, right? Like you're offering something up to the sky. Turn to the left. Yeah. So the left arm is the one that really reaches. And then the right shoulder blade, right, engages on the upper back. So we use the right shoulder blade and the left arm, right? And we breathe. Turn the palms to face the sky. Yes. Look forward. Lean forward. Right hand to the floor or a block if you have one. Reach the top arm up. Can you press your back leg to straight? Super straight. Turn the palm forward on the top arm and reach it overhead. Lengthen the left side. You're almost there. Outer left hip back. Heart forward. Last breath. Beautiful. Reach up. And exhale the hand down to the floor. Ground your mat. Take a moment. Vinyasa or skip it or straight to down dog. Yeah. Any modification of the vinyasa? All right. Nice. Breathe. Press the hips back. Reach the sit bones up and back. Yeah. Take an inhale. Exhale. Lift the heels. Bend the knees. Walk. Float your feet to your hands. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. The chair pose, Utkatasana. Bending the knees. Lift the chest. Yeah. Melt the shoulder blades down. Reach back through the sit bones. Soften the tips of the ribs in. Yeah, see if you can lift the chest a little higher. Start to press the upper arms back. Yeah. Breathe. Maybe look up. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Empty the breath. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, jump back, taking the vinyasa or not. Breathe. Good. There's butterflies flying around. It's nice. Okay, let's keep this show on the road, shall we? Send your right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and round and step your foot between your hands. Into our crescent pose briefly. Come back up. Right? So this thigh hugging back and in. We definitely want that action to keep happening. And we're going to come into warrior two. So keep the right thigh kind of pulling back like that scissoring action. Hands to the heart. Drop the left heel. I need to narrow my stance a little bit. Heel to heel. Keep this front leg straight ahead and peel open. Yes. Right, so you want to feel a little bit of stretch in the inner thighs. So you can bend a little more if you're not feeling that. Squeeze, engage your glutes, right? That's super helpful. And breathe, of course. Smooth out the Ujjayi breath. Maybe bend a little deeper. Yeah. All right, forward into Utthita. Forearm to knee. I'm just going to scooch my front foot back a little bit. Sweep the top arm up and over. Maybe turn your gaze up towards the ceiling, right? Strong back leg. Press into that back foot. Maybe you can open the chest a little more towards the sky. Oh, yes, you guys. How's your breath? One more breath here. Press into your back foot. Inhale, lift yourself up. Take the reverse. Sweep it up and back. Maybe bend a little deeper into that front knee. Oh my goodness. Inhale up. And exhale, your hands to the floor. Step back through the vinyasa, or not, right? We're gonna revisit that, but we'll do the other side. Okay, what about over here? It's less sunny. One over here? Okay. Yeah, the sun slowly moves. Send your left leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, round the spine, squeeze, and step your foot between your hands. Back into our crescent pose. Yeah, just briefly to set the front leg, right? So hugging the side back and in. We want to keep that action, right? And let's open up into warrior two. So, ooh, get a little foot massage. There's a lumpy spot right there. That's kind of good. Open up. Right. So as this front knee opens up to the pinky toe side of the foot, we start to feel some stretch maybe, but if not, you can try bending a little deeper to see if that helps. Arms nice and wide and glutes engaged, right? The engaging of the glutes will help keep this knee wide and open up the front of the back leg hip. Right, good. One more breath here, right? Just enjoy. Come forward, forearm to knee. I'm just gonna scoot my front foot back a little bit. Sweep the top arm up and over, right? Really lengthening the right side. Lift up out of the left shoulder, right? So get that shoulder away from your ear. And maybe gazing up at the sky, right? Lengthen your tailbone towards your right heel and straighten your right leg. Oh, yes. And then with that strong back leg, can you open the chest a little more? Take one more breath. Looking down, press into your back foot. Inhale, lift yourself up. Keep the bend, take the reverse. Oh, so the heart's lifting as the front knee's bending. Inhale, upright, and exhale. Oh, hands come down, stepping back. Take your vinyasa, go straight to down dog. Whichever, rest in child's pose for a breath or two. Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna build on that a little bit right now. Let's send the right leg up and back into the air. Inhale, good, exhale. Round the spine, pull it in, step your foot between your hands. Let's come straight away into warrior two this time. So heel to heel, windmill up. So this time, if it's possible, we'll get the hand a little lower. Reach forward. So if you need to, you can always be here. Maybe the hand can slide and hold on to the inner ankle. If it's possible to reach the floor, reach the floor. Use your arm to keep the knee wide. And this time, reaching the top arm, we're gonna spin the palm and bring the hand behind, right? To maybe hook on to your inner thigh. But if that's too much, rest it on your low back or your left hip, and then use that bind to peel the chest open. And as much as you're rolling the top shoulder back, can you hug the right hip in? And while you're at it, hug the rib tips in and engage your abs. Breathe. Lengthen through the back of your neck, the back of your head. Yes, give your neck a little space. Maybe look up, last breath. Release the bind. Sweep that arm up and over just for a breath. Reach it overhead. Push into your back foot, come up and into that reverse. Oh my goodness. Open the front of the body. Come back up as you inhale. Release it as you exhale. Stepping back. Through the vinyasa you go. Good, you guys. Shoulders back and down. Okay. Nice. So let's do that on the other side, lifting the left leg as you inhale and stepping it between the hands as you exhale. Warrior two. So you're heel to heel. It's very narrow, right? We're trying to be kind of on this flat plane front to back. Yes. Hug the ribs in. And keep the glutes engaged, right? It'll help you from sticking your butt out, which is a really easy thing to do. I had a teacher that used to say, "You're getting fancy." And I was like, "Is that fancy? I don't know, but you're getting fancy." Okay, squeeze it in. Don't get fancy. Let's come forward. Forearm to knee, or to your ankle, or to the floor, or a block if you happen to have a block. This time, the top arm is going to spin palm behind and the hand to the low back. Maybe you can scooch it around to the inner thigh, right? Roll the chest open. Keep the glutes engaged. And as much as you're opening the chest, can you lengthen the heart forward? Go forward, straight out in front of your knee, your left knee. Breathe. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Make space there. Awesome, you guys. How's your breath? Can you take one more breath here? Soften something, anything. Release the bind. Sweep the top arm up and over just for a breath. Lengthen the right side. And then press into your back foot, come up. Whew, you did it. Sweep the top arm. Oh, those long holds. Really let you explore the poses. Inhale up and exhale, you're down. Step back. Maybe take a vinyasa, but again, you're not obligated to take any kind of vinyasa. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Good, you guys. Smoothing out the breath. Okay, let's send the right leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the foot forward between the hands. Bringing the back foot a little bit closer. Hands to your hips and let's come up. Ooh, this is a little bouncy. So we're trying to square the hips off to the top of the mat, forward. And let's do the classic arms, which is hidden prayer, but maybe you'll use a variation of that. So we're trying to get the hands behind and press the palms. But if that's too much, you know, anyhow, like this, you can do here, you can go here. So whatever makes more sense for your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your wrists, like not just your shoulders. But okay, heart forward, right? So we're gonna lift the chest, draw the shoulder heads back, rotate the bicep forward, right? It's gonna puff your chest, yeah, but can we bring it back? Hug the rib tips in, push back into your hands a little bit. Take an inhale, yes, you guys. Exhale, go forward. The breeze is so delightful. I was really getting sweaty. So enjoy that breeze. Outer right hip back. Lengthen it straight back as you lengthen down the front of your leg. Yes. Take one more breath. Lift up to parallel. Hug the belly in. Release the arms out wide like a T. So here comes another twist. Outer right hip back. Heart forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, turn to the right. So your hand can come down, fingertips are on a block, inside or possibly outside your front foot, right? Lengthen the heart forward again as you lengthen the outer right hip back. Sit, go the other way. No, your legs are fine, just your torso twist. Yes, yes. That's it, you guys, breathe. You can't really lengthen forward too much. Take last breath, reach up and top hand down. Top hand down and breathe. Just breathe and soften. You don't have to do anything. Just appreciate the work of that twist. It's no joke. Parivrita Trikonasana. Okay, let's take a vinyasa. Bend the front knee. Step your front foot back, hands down, step. And you don't have to vinyasa. You can go straight to down dog, or you guys know, take any sort of modification that you need. Okay, nice. Of course, we have to do that on the other side. So let's lift the left leg. Inhale it up and exhale the foot forward between the hands. Step the back foot a little closer. And what we're trying to do is straighten both the legs. So bring the hands to your hips. Let's come up. Parsvottanasana. These are all pretty balancy, right? And then we're on this kind of uneven surface. So just appreciate the work. And it's fine if you wobble, if you fall. I've already tipped over a couple times today. Thumbs down, tuck your hands in. Thankfully, there's no consequences to falling. Like, you're not going to make our current crisis worse or anything. So just fall and it's just fine. All right. So as much as we're opening the chest, and yes, can we engage the abs a little bit? Keep the space, but hug the belly in. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, go forward. Longest spine, melting down. And once you're here, you breathe, right? Try and keep the fronts of the shoulders lifted away from the floor. So you may notice that they rounded down a little bit. Can you spread your collarbones? Yes, and just pour down the front of your leg, your left leg. One last breath. Lift to parallel if you're not already there. Lengthen the outer left hip back, arms out wide. All right, here we go. Into our Trikonasana twist. Turning to the left, your hand inside or possibly outside. Lengthen forward as you draw the left hip back and make your way into the twist. Right, we want some space for the spine. Gazing up at your thumb, but maybe you see the trees and the sky. Let that energy just infuse your pose. Right, go forward, lengthen. Take another breath. Can you open your heart anymore? Peel that left shoulder back. Inhale, exhale, come on down. Just take a breath. Or a couple breaths and take some breaths. That's a big pose. It's a lot. We actually are going to do one more twist after that, but we haven't quite reached the top of the mountain. Step back. Let's take a vinyasa, or don't take a vinyasa knowing that you still have another thing to do that's, going to be kind of juicy. I'm going to give you options. So you'll definitely have some choices as we get into this last twist. Last big worky twist. We'll do an easy twist later. Okay. So downward facing dog to the right leg up in the air. Inhale. Exhale, rounding the spine. Step the foot forward. So we're in our crescent lunge again. Come on up. All right. So we did kind of an open version and the hand on the floor inside, which you're more than welcome to come back to that. We're going to see if we can get the elbow outside, maybe come into a partial bind. So let's see how it goes. Hands to your heart in your crescent, squaring those hips off. So we want that same scissoring action. Lengthen forward, and as you do, can you straighten your back leg? Press the palms so your collarbones are wide. Take an inhale. Exhale. Try and scoop your left elbow outside your right knee. And then use that leverage and your left shoulder blade to open the chest, right? Open the chest. If you can get your arm a little lower, do that. And maybe the left hand to the floor, the right arm up in the air. And then maybe even further, the right arm wraps around and behind, right? There is a full bind here, but yes, you guys, heart goes forward. Right shoulder opens up. Yes, take one last breath. Oh, this twist. Unravel yourself back to crescent pose. I know you don't want to, but that's partly why we're doing it. Come back up. Yes, it's good for you, these last bits. All right, let it go. Come on out. Step back. Woof. Like, can you keep it together when you really just want to let it go? And the answer is yes, you can. Yes, you can. Use your breath. Whew, sigh it out. Shake your head out, right? It's yoga. It's yoga. You're doing it. Your body will be so happy. Okay, send your left leg up into the air. Inhale. Here we go. Exhale. Squeezing around. Step through. Last twist here, or big twist anyway. We'll do a nice easy one. Come on up. Okay. crescent pose. So of course, right, this is a lot about your legs, but also your upper back, right? So just breathe into the work, do what you can, hands to your heart, come forward, right? So just take a moment. There's no rush, right? We have plenty of time. Lengthen the left hip back, lengthen the heart forward. Spread your collarbones, right? Press into the palms. Take an inhale, get longer. Exhale, lift enough to try and get your elbow outside your knee. And then lift up away from your thigh as you press into your palms and open to the left. Yes. If your right arm will get a little lower, do that. And maybe your hand can come to the floor. And the top arm reaches up to the sky. Maybe you can gaze up, lengthen through the back of the head again, right? Yes. If you can take the top arm and bring it around to the right hip, do that. Use that to open the chest more. Heart forward. Can you straighten your back leg as you take one last breath to open the chest? Release your bind. Sweep out and up, I know, but just do it. Breathe. Just do it and breathe. And that's it. And let it go. Oh. Now you can vinyasa, but maybe we'll all meet in child's pose at the end of whatever it is that you decide to do right now, and maybe you just go straight to child's pose. It'll be nice for your hips. Right, twists are pretty squeezy for the hips, pretty worky for your hips, especially if you're doing it right, and your upper back. So just notice how those two areas in particular feel. Notice how your breath is moving, right? Can you slow it down? In through the nose, out through the nose, right? Calm it down, slow it down. Ah, so nice, everyone. Okay, we're gonna use the heat to just do a couple rounds of back bend. So from your child's pose, just creep forward. Oh, I got a nice root right there. Just creep forward onto your belly. Like a root under my shin was not, that didn't feel good. I didn't like that. Okay, Dandasana as best as you can do it. So that means bow pose and bending the knees and reaching back and catching the feet or the ankles. Yeah, and if you can't do this, Cobra Pose is fine. You can peel the chest up, bend your knees, right? No worries. Curl the tailbone under. Kick the feet back, inhale, lift your chest up. Yeah, then can you peel your thighs up off the mat? Kick the feet back to lift the chest a little more. Hug those knees in. Heart up, inhale, and come on down, exhale. Whew. All right, so we're gonna attempt that 2 more times. Just 2 more times, that's it. And then I promise it's gonna get a lot easier really fast. Okay, reach back, grab on. Keep the legs close to each other, so hug the knees in. Curl the tailbone under, and then kick your feet back, lift your chest. Try and peel your thighs off the floor. Ooh, off the ground, off your mat. Hug your knees in. Yes, lift and come on down. Whew. Your knees want to splay because your glutes squeeze and it pulls the knees apart, which is a totally natural thing, but we're going to try and bring them back in. Your glutes may disagree, but we're going to try it anyway. We're still going to try. Okay. One last time. This is it. Curl the tailbone under. Whew. You can do it. Reach back. Grab on. Here we go. Kick back. Lift the chest. Peel the thighs up off the ground. Try and keep hugging the knees in. Yeah. Can you kick the feet back more? Lift the chest a little higher. One last inhale. And we're down. You did it. Good job, everyone. Soften, waggle the hips. Maybe bend your knees and windshield wiper the shin side to side. Good job. All right, back to your child's pose. Take your time. I gotta watch that tree root. Hips go back. Feel Feel free to keep the arms overhead. You can pull the elbows back, bring your hands back by your feet, whatever feels better in your shoulders right now. Awesome, everyone. One more breath. And slowly, we're going to slow it down now. Slowly come on up. We're going to take a easy twist. At least I hope it's easy. So from your shins, we're just going to sit the hips over to the left. And let your feet kind of layer in each other. Yeah, go this way. Yeah. Yeah, so your feet are on the right side of you and your hips are on the left side of you. Go put your hips to the other side. Or your feet to the, yeah. No, you're fine. Yes, do that. Whatever words work, it doesn't matter. Okay, we're gonna go this way towards the left knee. So coming across, bring your right hand behind, your left hand behind you, sorry, and lift your chest up, inhale. And exhale, try and rotate your chest and your shoulders. If it's possible for you to take your right hand and kind of tuck it back of the hand under your left knee, you can do that. If that feels like too much, don't worry about that part, but if you like. Right, opening up, melt the shoulders down as you lift your heart. Keep this twist. Get a little heavy with the right sit bone, right? Kind of sit it back a little bit. Just rotate the head. Bring your gaze around to the right shoulder. Maybe you get a little stretch on the left side of your neck. Lift the heart up. Keep rotating the chest, the shoulders, as you turn your head the other way. And then gently, softly release it. Vajrasana. Let's go to the other side. There's a lot of versions of this twist, but we're doing the kind of low-key version. We're doing the easy version. So we'll start with the hand here. If you want to come into the flip palm, you can. There's really no pressure to do that, but if it works for you, lift up and rotate, right? So feel into that. Keep the shoulders heavy, the heart lifting. If it makes sense to tuck your hand in, go ahead and do that. Right, shoulders away from the neck, keep them down. Sit back a little bit through the left sit bone. It does kind of start to push forward. So just sit back a little bit there and gently bring your gaze around to the left shoulder. So now we really want to lift the chest up and melt the shoulders down and see if we can find that release on the side of the neck. Take one more breath here, rotating the chest and the shoulders as you turn your head. And then softly, gently unravel. And we'll just kick the feet out front. I'm in like a little pocket, which I couldn't feel before because my feet. All right, this is nice. Let's do Dandasana, which is basically what we're doing right now. Sitting tall, toes up. Maybe your legs are straight, but if you need a bend in the knees or any sort of modification, please feel free to do that. Let's reach up. Big stretch, inhale and exhale. So as you come into your fold, grab onto whatever you can reach. Lift halfway back up, inhale and exhale. Out into the fold. Long spine out over the legs. All right, take two more breaths here. Smooth, steady, ujjayi breath. Yeah. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, lift up the rest of the way. Okay, beautiful. Let's give our hips a stretch. If you need thread the needle or something not sitting up like this, feel free to do something that makes more sense for your body, for your hips. If you're comfortable here, let's do either Sukhasana with one shin in front of the other, or we can come into the double pigeon or the Shalabhasana, the fire log pose where we stack one on top of the other. So either one, whichever makes more sense for you. And again, if thread the needle is better, go ahead and lie down and do that. In any case, pick your pose and let's forward fold. Whew. So the thing about stretching your hips is that it can be a little intense. Like your mind goes a little wild. There's a lot of sensation. So this is where we can really use the breath, right? See if you can take nice, long, deep inhales and exhales, right? Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Sinking back through the sit bones. Even though we're leaning forward, the sit bones can just reach for the floor, the ground, the earth. Use your exhales to soften. Relax your jaw. Notice if you're getting caught up in any kind of story about this or any kind of story about anything. And see if you can just let it go, right? And breathe. Try and lengthen your breath. Take 2 more breaths here. The longest breaths you possibly can. 1 more for good measure. All right, take your time, slowly come on up. Note which leg you have on top or in front and just give them a quick shake. Oh God, shake them out, yeah. Whew. All right, other side, cross it. So try and do what you did on the first side, if you can. Obviously modify if that's not gonna work out, if you have an injury or whatever. And then we'll forward fold. So come on in. We try and do the same thing on both sides, but you know, your 2 sides are not the same and that doesn't always work out. So using your breath, still and always, right? Long, slow, steady breaths. And see if you can just let go of whatever sensations are happening in the body and just really move into the breath. Right? Just let it be about the breath. Lengthening those inhales, lengthening the exhales. Is there any gripping, any tension anywhere that could soften? Last couple of breaths on this side. Longest breath. Really use the exhale to let go of any last little bits of tension. Sink all the way in. And slowly, slowly come on up. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's extend the legs. Oh, give them a little shake, a little wiggle waggle. So we're gonna do one last little stretchy thing as we come to lie down. So maybe hold on to the backs of your legs and lie on your backs. Oh. And as you do, we're gonna just take a quick, not that quick, quickish side stretch. So bringing the arms overhead, just grab onto opposite elbows, stretch your legs out long. Yeah, and then just keep your hips right where they are. Just kind of scoot your upper body over to the right. Yeah, yes. And then same thing with your legs. Just scoot your legs over to the right. And let the left side stretch and get nice and long. And if you want, you can cross your left ankle over your right ankle. And you're kind of a banana shape or a crescent moon shape. Yes, it's banana asana. So we did some twisting, so we'll just stretch out those obliques. All right, gently back to center. Switch the cross of your elbows. Just put the other forearm on top. Yeah. And then do the same thing going the other way. Lean a little bit over to the left. And scoot your legs a little bit over to the left. And then your right side gets nice and long. So you're kind of a banana shape or a crescent moon. Yeah. Yeah, your legs, exactly. Legs and hands go the same way. And then you can cross the right ankle over the left ankle and maybe get a little extra if you want. You can breathe into the right side of the ribs. Right, send the breath there. Good. All right. And then gently release that. Come back to center. And then if you want to do anything else, like hug your knees in and take a happy baby, or maybe a lying down twist like the one we did at the beginning of class, or anything like that, you're more than welcome. I encourage you to do whatever will help you get comfortable for Shavasana. So, yes. Let's figure out how we're going to do upside down time in the park. But if you are on a little bit of a slope, it's not terrible to have your head on the low end and your feet on the high end, and it'll simulate a subtle inversion. Yeah. Maybe we're going to use trees to do handstands and stuff. Awesome, you guys. Yeah, and then when you're ready, when you feel like, okay, I think I've done all the things, head on into Shavasana and take whatever shape will help you to relax. So if that means you're going to bend your knees up or out, you can do that. If you want just legs out long, do that. Just let your feet just plop. Let your legs be really heavy. Soften your shoulders away from your neck. And then just let yourself sink into the earth. All right, let yourself sink in. I think we can all use some of this grounding earth energy these days. It's a little nutty out there, so just soak it in, right? Soak it in. We're right here on the earth. And even if you're at home and you're not this close, it doesn't matter. It's still under there, right? Soak it in. She was a little shaky for us this morning. Gave us a little adventure, right? She's still here for us though, right? She still got us. Right? So soften in. Whole body relaxing. Whole body resting, resting, resting. Just let the sounds wash over you, let the sensations wash over you. And we'll rest here for a couple more minutes in Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. It's allowing your attention to come back into the body. Right. Gently wiggle your fingers, your toes. If you want, take a stretch. Oh, reach the arms overhead, stretch your legs. Ah, so nice. And hug your knees. Give them a squeeze. Hug them into your chest. Maybe rock gently side to side. Yeah. And then rolling all the way over onto your right side. Just take a breath or two. Just savoring Shavasana, right? Enjoying this lovely feeling at the end of practice. And pressing the floor away, the ground away, pressing your hands into the earth. Come on up to seated. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the effects of practice. Just notice how you feel. Notice. Bringing the palms to press at the heart, the thumbs to the sternum. Take an inhale, lift your heart to your hands. Exhale, gently bowing the chin in gratitude. Just grateful for this beautiful practice, for all the goodness it brings, this community, our Sangha, right? Anything else? What are you grateful for? You can just pick one thing, and maybe it's something specific for today. Like, what are you grateful for today? Thank you all so much for coming out and sharing your practice. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Namaste. Namo Vaha to multiple people. Thank you so much, everyone. So delightful. Let me sign out with my Zoom peeps.
Bye, Christine.
Thanks, guys. Hi, Barb. You're welcome. Hi, Terry. All right.
Your diehards are here by via Zoom.
Okay, good. Yeah, I have the AirPods. I think they work really well.
They work better than what you were using in the studio.
Which was nothing. So yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, good. I was worried that it wouldn't pick up my voice and it would just hear like crows and stuff. So
no, they work very, very well.
Okay, great. They were worth the investment then.
And I thought
all right.
Bye.
I thought of you all day Tuesday every time I saw a squirrel.
The squirrels were less invasive today.
Bye.
Yeah, the Tuesday they were hilarious, right? Yeah. All right. Bye. Have a good one. Yeah, they were really funny.